Greetings, Elder Blacklight. Morality. Morality and righteousness have two separate meanings. And what most people think when it comes down to morality, righteousness, the church, and the Constitution, they think that they are talking about similar things or the same thing in some cases. But morality in the United States don't exist in the church, in politics, in the Constitution, and righteousness don't exist. See, righteousness only means justice, to do what's right. Justice means to do what's right. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the name Jesus meant justice. Now, a lot of y'all say, well, I can't find that teaching nowhere. I can't find that knowledge nowhere. Well, all you got to do is listen to the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. There wasn't no one teaching the way he was teaching, you know, because his teachers came from Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Y'all didn't believe that either. So today we find ourselves in a pandemic. Now, no one's asking the question, why did this plague is plaguing the whole planet? Well, you look into your Bible, into your Quran, it tells you why and when and what for. Satan's job is to corrupt man, is to immoralize man, to his job is to uh, take him away from morality. So he can't have justice if you have no morals. You can't have justice. Now, that don't make sense to some people. But when the Constitution was being built or made or whatever, the morals of those so-called founding fathers wasn't too cool. And the justice that they were given were only to free, so-called free white men who had a 13 colony hook up in here in America. So they wanted to separate from England, not for no moral purposes, because England was immoral and unrighteous too, but for profit or money. They didn't want to pay taxes, no more to England. So they put it in. They put, you know, a tax relief in the Constitution. I mean, you was gonna pay taxes, but not like income tax and property tax. It was a different kind of tax. They call it a direct tax. So, but they had slaves. and they were fighting the Indians. They were fighting certain tribes of the Indians who are the original occupants of the whole entire United States. They had different nations, Indian nations, but in the back of the founding fathers' mind was to get rid of these Indian nations and to make the black man work from sun up to sundown to build his nation. Now we find ourselves in a pandemic because you want to go to the root of the problem. And that's the root of the problem. Because after you came and conquered the Indians and the black man, you wanted to go to the whole planet using the same methodology all over the planet. You know, the same methodology you use in Afghanistan or Vietnam, policing, you know, them people over there, being the authority, wanting to show your authority. That's the same methodology you've been using ever since your Greek fathers and your Roman fathers uh, came out the caves, and we civilized you and taught you tricknology. Some of our brothers taught you tricknology, and you've been uh, manipulating and tricking your way ever since. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said separate. So first he separated his people, cleaned them up from corruption, you know, and he did a good job. And when Uncle Sam seen his trying to make a move and corrupt those who are inside of the nation of Islam, did it. Just like he's over in Africa. But this is what I'm getting ready to bring up in my next video. I want y'all to watch this. My next video. Africa is waking up. They was talking about the idea of a United States of Africa. While they talking about United States of Africa, we, the brothers over here, who claim to be African first, then American second, are arguing with one another, debating with one another. Now, over in Africa, the brothers saying that we've been being tricked by the Caucasian long enough, and not just the Caucasian, by the Chinese and uh, the Indians long enough. We tired of it. Now we're going to start uniting our people. My message to the Africans is don't use your former colonizers and tricksters as a pattern. You know, you might have to go way back to the root, you know, and get a different kind of culture. Go back to your original culture. I'm talking about a long time before the Caucasian was on the planet. But we might not want to go backwards. We want to move forward and create a new kind of culture, more civilized than even back then. This is Black Light saying, stay tuned for my next video, and you might get the drift.